Setting spray securing my baby hairs. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today's video is going to be a full makeup look with using only drugstore products. I feel like out of all the drugstore products that I have, I've never actually done a full face of drugstore makeup, and that's the majority of what I have and the majority of what I love. And I think that a lot of drugstore makeup just beats out the high-end makeup. So I figured, why not do a fall tutorial using all drugstore products? If you want to see this makeup look that I'm going to create, then just go ahead and keep watching. Okay, so I've already moisturized my face with my e.l.f. Daily Hydration Moisturizer. It's my favorite. It's so good. The best moisturizer I've ever tried, and I've tried multiple high-end ones. I think this is very comparable to any of them, and why pay more when you can get it for $10? Super good. I love this moisturizer. It's super, super good. So that's still tacky. I'm actually gonna move on to my eyes, and then I'll move back into my face so I can let that sit for a second. So for eyeshadow primer, a lot of people use a concealer as a base for their eyes, but for me personally, I cannot do that because I am a lot more oily on my eyelids, so they tend to crease when I use a concealer. But if you do not have oily eyelids at all, you can definitely use a concealer as an eyeshadow primer. You don't have to go out and buy another one. But if you wanted to go out and buy one that was not expensive, you could get the Muse Cosmetics eyeshadow primer. This is a primer that I got in my Shop Miss A haul, and it's a literal $1. And I just take this and I put a brush in it and I put this all over my eyes. I like this primer a lot because it has a little bit of a tint to it, so it cancels out all of the discoloration, but also is a very good base. It is kind of creamy, but it dries down and does not crease on me at all. So that's amazing. And it is just one of the best eyeshadow primers ever, and it's $1. I really truly don't know how I found this and how it works so incredibly well. So to set down that eyeshadow primer, I'm going to be dipping into my e.l.f. Mad for Matte palette. This is the original one, I believe, and this is a lot more cooler tones than the second one that they came out with, which is a lot more of warmer tones. So this is just a really great palette all around, but I'm going to take these first two shades right here, and I'm going to set my lids down with that. I'm going to try and also use some more affordable brushes. I don't have a whole bunch of brushes strictly from the drugstore, but a lot of the brushes that I use are Morphe brushes and stuff like that, and they're super inexpensive. You just can't find them at the drugstore. You can find them online at Morphe.com or at Ulta. I guess they are kind of drugstore because you can go into the drugstore section at Ulta and buy them. So I'm just gonna set my lids, like I said, with these two shades right here up at the front, and I'm gonna take this Wet n Wild brush. It doesn't have a number or a name or anything like that, but it's just kind of like a flat brush, and I'm just going to dip into those first two shades and set my eyelids. Ooh, starting to crease. Okay, so now that we've got our base set down, I'm going to go ahead and go into the same palette, and I'm going to dip into the next two shades, which are these two right here, and I'm going to mix those and put those in my crease. Just blow it out, start that crease shade. This is one of my favorite palettes from the drugstore because you get this entire palette for $10, and it is such a good quality. I feel like it is up to the quality of a lot of high-end palettes. And if anything, it lacks a little bit of pigment, so that means you have to build it a little bit more, but I think that that's totally worth it. And these are absolutely shadows that you guys should have in your collection. They're just beautiful mid-toned browns. They're not too warm, they're not too cool, so it really just works for any look. You don't need any specific colors for it, and this is just one of the best palettes ever. So now I'm going to take a mixture of these two shades right here. Sorry, let me not block my mouth. I'm going to take a mixture of these two shades right here, and I'm going to place that in my crease just a little bit lower, and I'm actually going to take this on an e.l.f. crease brush, which is just a few dollars from the drugstore. The one that I used before was the Morphe M504, and this is less than $10, and this is definitely, I think this is less than $5. So I'm going to dip into those two shades and put this just a little bit lower in my crease, start to define that out just a little bit. I hope you can tell on camera how easily these are blending. These are such good shadows. So I'm going to stay in this palette again, and instead of mixing these two shades like I was just a moment ago, I'm actually just going to take this one and I'm going to put this on the lid. Just lightly pat it over the lid. This is such a pretty brown, and especially when, a lot of times when you pack browns on the lid, they become patchy, and this one does not. The brush that I just used was a Crown flat shader brush. I'm not sure of the actual name. It doesn't have one. So now that I've got that packed on the lid, I'm going to go back into this shade right here and just go back in with that little e.l.f. crease brush and put this back in my crease a little bit. I want to make a little more of a gradient, so it's not just like this brown. I want to make it like a little more of a red tone at the top. So now I'm going to take this small angled crown brush. I'm going to dip into just this shade right here, and I'm going to make a soft wing. Nothing too dramatic, just a little bit of something to define the upper lash line, but also just to wing out a little bit, create a little bit of a wing sultry effect. And so I'm just going to take that black from this e.l.f. palette, and this is a black that isn't super pigmented, so it's not going to like really mess up the look or anything like that. So I'm just going to start by pressing this on the lash line initially, and then we'll wing it out after that. Okay, so I winged out this side. I'm going to do the other side really quickly off camera, get up and close to my mirror so I can do it really quickly, and then we'll move on. Okay, so I just finished the winged liner on this side off of camera, did that really quickly, and now we're going to go into mascara before we move on to the rest of the face. So I'm going to take my Essence Lash Princess mascara. Are you shocked? This is my favorite mascara ever. It's so good. Oh, is this my old one? This is my old one. My new one's in my purse. Okay, we're gonna have to use another mascara because my new one is in my purse and I don't want to go get it. So I don't know if I want to use my NYX Worth the Hype mascara or my L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black. I haven't used that one in a while. Maybe we should use that one. I think we're gonna use the L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black. I haven't used that one in forever. So why not? Why not? This mascara really just isn't doing it for me today, so I'm really gonna have to pile it on, do a few layers of it. It's not separating my lashes as much as I'd like, so it's making me look like I have like 4 lashes. You know? That's not a cool look. Not the best my lashes have looked, but not the worst. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna move on to the face. We'll move back into the lower lash line, inner corner highlight, and everything like that after we've done some of the face. Okay, so now that moisturizer has set down, it's all good and sunken into the skin. I'm actually going to go in with my Nivea Men's Sensitive Post Shave Balm and put this all over my face, and then I'm going to go in with a blurring primer in the center of my face just to hide my pores, but I'm just going to take this and rub it all over my face. This primer gets tacky pretty quickly, and it really helps the foundation and everything stick to your face all day, which helps with longevity. It helps with longevity. So then for my pore filling primer in the middle section of my face, I'm going to go in with my Catrice Prime and Fine Smoothing Refiner Primer and just take a little bit of this out and put it on the middle sections of my face. I don't ever wear buns, and I am living for this bun. I don't want to ever take it out. I never wear buns because my hair is super like thin, and when I do a bun it's like one little like baby ball at the top of my head. But what I did was I just put it up in a high ponytail, and then I like loosely ran it around and then bobby pinned it, and that's all I did. And there's actually hair sticking up, so hold please. And it looks so fluffy, and I might just have to wear my hair like this all the time. Let's use a foundation that I haven't used in a long time. Oh wow, I can't even remember the last time that I used this foundation. This is the CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made Foundation, and I'm going to put on the shade L20, but I'm actually going to mix in a little bit of L40, and this is my shade, but I just want to be a little bit darker. So I'm just going to blend it down my neck, and we're gonna go with it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of each on the back of my hand. I'm going to mix those together. Wow, I'm about to be so much darker than I actually am. you know what? I don't even care. I'm actually going to be doing the technique that Allie Glines does on her channel. I've been doing that a lot recently, and it's where you take a brush first and apply it, and then you go over it again with a sponge with some more product, and you get such a flawless finish and the fullest coverage, but also the smoothest finish. And that's just been such a good way to apply my foundation, and I just love it so much. So I'm gonna do that. Also, I'm using the e.l.f. like big buffing brush. I don't know the exact name of it. I'm very sorry. But yeah, it's a super affordable brush, and it's great for applying foundation, like incredible. I should probably do this fast because I think this foundation dries down pretty quickly. So let me not take my time. So I've got it all applied with the brush, and then I'm gonna go in with a sponge and blend it out with some extra product on the sponge. So you're smoothing it out, but you're also keeping the coverage there, which I love. I think it's so smart. I'm also a very aggressive sponge dabber, so pardon me. This foundation is so good. Lasts forever on me and doesn't give me too bad of smile lines, and it's a medium coverage for sure, but I don't have a lot of breakouts right now, so it looks like it's full coverage, but it's definitely not full coverage, but still such a beautiful foundation. And then we're gonna go in with some concealer. I'm gonna be using my Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define concealer in the shade C1, which is the lightest shade, but because I went a little bit darker with my foundation, it'll be quite highlighty. So I think pretty soon here in the next couple months, I'm gonna be getting micro needling done and to get rid of my scarring, and I would love to know if you guys want to see like a video on that, like take you with me and show you the process and kind of tell you what it's all about and everything. I've watched some videos on YouTube and the results are incredible, and like people with really bad acne scars like I have like they've like almost completely gone away with a micro needling treatment, which is bananas. So I really wanted to do it. So let me know if you guys would like to see a take you with me on that, or a vlog. I could just say vlog. I'm so annoying. I haven't even told you what sponge I'm using. This is the Japanese sponge, and it is $10. Best sponge ever. Besides the Shop Miss A AOA sponge, and that one's amazing too, and that one's $1. So take a pick, but this one's so good. So now I'm gonna be setting my under eyes and setting my face, but I'm gonna be using two different powders, but they're both from the drugstore. This is the Maybelline Fit Me loose finishing powder in Fair 05, which if you are fair or you want a super highlighted under eye, you will love this powder, because this gives you such highlighted under eyes. Like, I'll show you when this comes off. Yo, beaming under eyes. And that's why I just put this one underneath my eyes, because if I put it everywhere, I would look terrible. Look like a ghost. Even more so than I already am, so. And then for the rest of my face, I'm just going to be using my Coty Airspun Loose Translucent Powder. This is the best powder ever. And I'm first going to be setting those pesky smile lines. And then I just dip it in like this. And then I pat it on the back of my hand to take off a little bit of excess powder. And then I just set the rest of my face with this. Y'all need to try this tip, because I kid you not, you will have the smoothest skin ever. It makes you look so airbrushed, and it sets your face but doesn't make it look cakey. It's just such a good little tip. So while we're letting my face kind of sit for a few minutes and set and everything like that, let's move on to brows. So for eyebrows today, I'm going to use my NYX Eyebrow Cake Powder in the shade Blonde. This doesn't look like blonde. Is it just me? I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to be using this little e.l.f. flat eyeliner brush, but I really like flat brushes like this for eyebrows. So what I do is I just take a mix of these two and apply them into my brows, and as needed, I'll just go through it with a spoolie and blend it out. So I'm going to do that really quickly while we let my face bake, and yeah, I'll be right back. Wow. I forgot why I stopped using this. It makes my brows look so good and natural. What do you know? Also, I just turned on my fan because it was way too hot in here, so I know you can probably hear the clicking, and I'm really sorry, but I have to or I'm gonna die. So I had to. So I was gonna use my Mary Kay brow gel to set my brows, but I can't find it, so I'm just gonna use my AOA Go Brow in the clear shade. It's almost out because I use this all the time, and I love it. So I'm just gonna whoosh this through my brows. Oh my goodness, I'm really feeling this look, guys. Wow. Okay, so now we're gonna do the lower lash line. It's super simple, super easy. I'm just gonna take a mix of everything. Like, I'm literally gonna dip into every shade, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and just do that and put them underneath my lower lash line because I don't want to do anything detailed, and you don't need anything detailed when this is your upper lash line. And this is the brush I'm using, but I don't even know where it's from, so. Oh, we really dragged that down, did we not? And then I think I want to add a green liner in my waterline. It's a deep green, so it's not going to look too weird or anything like that, like super vibrant, but I want to add not like a brown or a black. So I'm just going to add this into my waterline. This is the Jordana Easy Liner for Eyes, and this is in the shade Sea Green, and I'm just going to pop this on my waterline and put on some mascara, and then we'll move back into the face. Oh, no matter how many times I put something in my waterline, my eyes water afterwards. Does not matter how many times. So that's beautiful. I really love how that looks in the waterline. So I'm just going to add some of my NYX Worth the Hype mascara. Although I probably shouldn't be using this one because the brush is so massive. So for bronzer, I'm going to go into my Essence Sun Club bronzer in the shade Lighter Skin. And I'm just going to dip into that with my Real Techniques Duo Fiber Face Brush and bronze up my skin. Oh, this is probably too light for me because I went a little bit darker. This is one of those bronzers that's like perfect shade, but if you go any darker, it's not dark enough. So I'm actually just going to go into and use a different brush. I'm going to go into my Butter Bronzer, and then this is a brush from CVS. Comes in like a little set, and I think it was like maybe $10, and there's 3 brushes. It came with this one with a little Duo Fiber brush, and there's another one, but I don't remember what it is, honestly. Oh, I think it was a foundation brush, yes. It was a foundation brush. So it comes with those 3, and I actually really like these brushes. And yeah, I use this one for bronzing a lot, and I'm just gonna hit the hollows of my cheek with the Butter Bronzer because I think that's going to be a little bit of a better shade. Okay, so for blush, I'm going to be using the Essence Satin Touch blush in the shade Satin Coral, and I'm trying to see if you can get an accurate depiction of what it looks like. Yeah, this is kind of what it looks like. It's just a beautiful coral shade. So I'm just going to use this Wet n Wild, like, it looks like it's like basically a contour brush, but I'm going to use it for blush today. Smile and pop it on the cheeks. So beautiful. It looks so much more dramatic on camera. This camera's trying to play me. It's barely even showing up on my face, but why does it look like that on camera? How rude. This is one of those blushes that's like very lightly pigmented, which is like my favorite type of blush. So I can just like pile it on. This is the closest thing I have to a affordable setting spray. Dadgummit, I thought I was gonna get all the way through this video without doing anything that's actually not affordable, but this is the only thing. Okay, we're just gonna use this. This is the makeup finishing spray from Mary Kay, and this is $18, which when I was just looking up the price of this, did you know that Scandinavia makes their setting spray? And Scandinavia is like known for its setting sprays, which is probably why I love this so much. I love the setting spray, and we get it for free through our grandma. So I use this one a lot, and then I can recommend a couple of the setting sprays from the drugstore. I really love the Milani, the matte finishing spray. I don't know the name of it. I also love the Wet n Wild matte finish setting spray, but this one's out. There's like nothing in it at all. I don't know why it's still sitting out on my desk, but I'm gonna use this one, and I'm gonna set my face, and then we'll do highlighter and lips. Oh, also the Morphe setting spray, which I don't know where that is. I think I'm out of it. Yeah, the can. That one's also really good. That one's like $15. It's a little more up there for a drugstore, but it's still really good. And I just ran out of that one too, so that's another one that I would recommend. Okay, so last step is highlighter, and I'm going to be using, I've talked about it a million times on this channel, but I feel like I have to use it because if not, I'm betraying it. And so I'm going to use it. This is the Master Chrome Metallic Highlighter in the shade 250. This is their collaboration with Nikki Tutorials, and I'm going to be using it on this e.l.f. highlighting brush. Look at that. Look at that little nose highlight. Okay, so for lips today, I think I want to go super duper nude. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go in first with the AOA Studio lip liner in the shade Faded. This is another thing that I got from my Shop Miss A haul. And if you are my skin tone, this is the best nude lip liner I've ever found, because a lot of them are just too dark for me because I'm so pale, and this is the best shade. It's like a perfect neutral nude lip liner, and I just love it. So I'm gonna go ahead and line with that, and then I will show you what we're putting on the lips. Okay, so I've applied that lip liner. You probably can't even tell because it's a perfect nude. I can overline and it looks like it's my natural lips, which is my favorite. So I'm actually gonna be taking a mixture of the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade London, and then I'm going to mix it with the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit Liquid Lipstick in the shade Nudie Patootie. This one is super warm and this one is super cool tone, so I'm going to mix them and get a perfect nude. So I'm going to apply the NYX one first. Ooh, this looks so pretty though. Do I want to keep it? Let's just apply a little bit of this one on top, just a couple dots of it, or a lot of dots. Okay. And I'm just going to rub it together with my finger, and I'm gonna add a little bit more. Oh wait, I didn't add my inner corner highlight. Y'all weren't even gonna tell me. Before we end this video, I was getting way too ahead of myself. Let me add some of this highlighter to my inner corners. Thank you so much. Ooh, we going heavy. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. I'm feeling this look. Like, I am truly feeling it. It's so beautiful. I don't know why I haven't done an all drugstore makeup look before, but I'm definitely going to be doing some more in the future, and I feel like you guys will enjoy that as well. Some more affordable makeup looks are always like the best. So, but if you guys want to see something else, please let me know down below. Oh my goodness, I love this. I love this look so much. Yes guys, this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up before you leave. Also subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and once you've subscribed, please turn on the little bell notification so you're notified every single time I upload. And that's it guys. I will see you in the next video. Bye.